Iceland is a small island nation that is Europe's westernmost country and home to the world's northernmost capital called the Reykjavik. The official name of Iceland is Republic of Iceland. Constitutional republic is the form of government in Iceland. The capital, as I said before, is Reykjavik. They have a population of over 300 and something thousand people. Official language spoken in Iceland is Icelandic. Others include English, Nordic languages, and German. The money used in Iceland is called Icelandic krona. It has an area of 39,769 square miles, that is 103,001 square kilometers. Now let's look into the geography of Iceland. Iceland is a small island nation that is Europe's westernmost country and home to the world's northernmost capital called the Reykjavik. 11% of the country is covered in glacial ice and is surrounded by water. If global warming continues, rising water levels and melting ice could be devastating to Iceland. It's a volcanic island nation. As a volcanic island nation, Iceland experiences severe volcanic activity. For example, in 2010, the Eyjafjallajökull volcano at an elevation of 5,466 feet, about 1,666 meters, erupted, blowing ash high into the atmosphere and disrupting European air traffic for weeks. Iceland is located between the Greenland Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. It is the northwest of the United Kingdom and is slightly smaller than the state of Kentucky in the United States. The land is plateau with mountain peaks and ice fields, with a coastal line marked by fjords, which are deep inlets carved by glaciers. Icelanders are of Scandinavian descent and are generally tall, blonde, and light-skinned. Because there is little diversity in the population, genetic researchers have studied diseases among Icelanders. These studies have helped find cures for many hereditary diseases. Icelanders take care to preserve their traditions and language. Some Icelanders still believe in elves, trolls, and other mythical characters that date back to the Celtic and the Norse beginnings. Most Icelanders live in the southwest part of the country. School is free for all Icelanders all the way through college. Every student is taught to speak both Danish and English in school. Handball and soccer are the two most popular sports for children, but they also enjoy swimming and horseback riding. That's cool. There for my kids, as that's cool. Nature. Fossils were the only land mammals in Iceland when it was settled. Newcomers brought in domesticated animals and reindeer. Most of the wildlife is under conservation and protection. There are 4 national parks and more than 80 nature preserves. Vatnajökull or Vatna Glacier is an extensive ice field in the southeastern Iceland, which covers 3,200 square miles, that about 8,400 square kilometers, with an average ice thickness of more than 3,000 feet, which is around 900 meters. Iceland contains about 200 volcanoes and has one-third of Earth's total lava flow. One-tenth of the total land area is covered by cooled lava beds and glaciers. Because Iceland is volcanic, almost all of their electricity and heating comes from hydroelectric power and geothermal water reserves. The Gulf Stream current and warm southwesterly winds make the climate more moderate and pleasant than one might expect from a northern country. Iceland is known for explosive geysers, geothermal spas, glacier-fed waterfalls like Falls, called the Golden Falls, and whale watching. You want to watch whale? You go to Iceland. More than 270,000 tourists visit each every year. The country is governed by a president who is elected by popular vote for a 4-year term. There are no term limits, so the president can stay in power until another is elected by the people. Though the 2008 election was not held because one ran against Olafur Ragnar Grimsson, who served that term and was then re-elected in 2012. Let's take you back to history. The first settlers were Irish religious people who wanted to live a simple life. The country was prosperous in the Middle Ages. They established a national assembly called Althingi in 930. Althingi is the world's oldest continuous parliament. Iceland was part of Norway and then was ruled by Denmark for more than 500 years. But the country became an independent republic in 1944. The colors in the flag represent three of the elements that make up the Iceland. Red is for the Iceland's volcanic fires, white for the snow and ice fields of the island, and blue is for the surrounding ocean. Icelandic people are an ethnic group and nation native to Iceland, with a population of around, as I said, over 380,000. They are primarily of Norse and Celtic descent, with ancestors arriving as settlers in the 9th century. Icelandic culture emphasizes family, honesty, and a direct communication style. Let's talk about origins and ethnicity. Icelanders are largely of Norse, as in Norwegian, and Celtic, that is Irish and Scottish origin. Historical records and DNA analysis suggest a mix of this population during the settlement period. While many Icelanders identify as Nordic, their heritage is a blend of different cultural influences. The Icelandic language is descended from Old Norse. Icelandic people value honesty and direct communication, preferring a straightforward approach. While they might initially appear reserved, Icelanders are generally friendly and welcoming to those they get to know. Icelandic society emphasizes equality and acceptance, of various lifestyles. Icelandic is the official language. It's a North Germanic language descended from Old Norse. English is also widely spoken, making it easy for tourists to communicate. The predominant religion is Lutheranism, with a smaller percentage following other faiths. Well, Iceland has a relatively small population, but it has seen growth in recent decades due to both immigration and the natural increase. The age structure of the population has shifted with a proportional decrease in children and increase in the elderly. While some physical stereotypes exist, the Icelandic population is becoming more diverse due to increased migration and intermixing. With all these very beautiful sayings about Iceland, my friends, you are welcomed to visit this Nordic country. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and encourage us to keep doing this.